Here I'm removing the hubs from the rally wheels on the Vega. These rally wheels became common from 72 onwards, but the original 71 Vegas generally had the standard steel wheels with ventilation, making them look a little bit like the Volkswagen wheels of the era, although not exactly the same. The term rally is a little bit vague, actually, because they used this term for both the alloys for the Corvettes and so on, as well as these, which apparently are older than I thought. Apparently some of the 56 and 57 Bel Airs got them, which is surprising because they certainly look very 70s. Anyway, jumping ahead, to build these wheels we need to create a hub, a new hub. So here you can see I'm subdividing the edges on the original hub. I've already removed the rally wheel hub, and this needs to have more segments in it. So what I'm doing is subdividing the edge, each edge. And there I'm jumping ahead, of course, to save time. And then I create a new edge around those vertices. And again, I'm going to skip ahead on this because it's tedious. Some people say this is bad modeling, but this is the simplest way, let's say. Now, those faces are still the same faces, so if you look at what happens when I delete them, or select even, I can select the whole face and delete the whole face. And it's as if that new edge were never created, because all I did was create the edge. I didn't create new polys. So we have, jumping ahead here, no faces now, but we still have the edge in there. And there's no center vertex, because when I removed the last of the faces, I lost it. So there I create a new one by creating an edge across that circular edge and subdividing it. And then I can put it together like a pizza, like this. Although it's not exactly like a pizza because it ends up being 2 segments per pizza slice, if that's what you want to say, rather than just one. So it's the same as Blender generally. You select the vertices and hit F to create the face. Much easier than 3D Studio Max in my opinion. Here I'm jumping ahead, because again that was time consuming, and it's obvious what I was doing. So here's the last of the faces in place. And now that inner circle is actually too small. So it's going to have to be scaled out. So if I select all the vertices in it, those faces will stretch to fit once I use the scale tool. So, scale tool. Drag it out. Here I'm having to eye it mostly. I don't have the exact measurements, although I have better measurements for the wheels than for the body. And now it needs a hubcap. So first of all, I raise the hub there. And it's going to need another edge. And I'm going to have to repeat the previous process over again. Although that first step was important because it gave me the correct proportions for where everything's supposed to be. So I'm going to jump ahead here. As before, we get rid of the center vertex, albeit temporarily. That time it actually killed all the faces because they were all dependent on that one vertex. Now I recreate the center vertex again. And I have to create the edge and then subdivide it. There it is. now I start creating segments again, as before. And I'll zip ahead here once I got some of these to show you. So jumping ahead, the last of the faces go in. And now I can create a more realistic hubcap. So I'll pull that hub out again because it was flattened by my last operation. Now it sort of looks okay. But I'm going to make it even more realistic by taking that inner edge and scaling it out. And then it will actually look like a 70s hubcap. And there we have it. Not perfect, but reasonably convincing. A little bit of adjustment here. Pull the hub out a little bit more. But other than that, it's more or less done. Now, the next step will be to texture it, but that's in the next video because that's actually more time consuming than the modeling. So, until next time, thanks for watching.